Hello viewers, today we're going to be recording the first ceiling fan video here at the new, about halfway complete, ceiling fan testing location. This is going to be somewhat of a trial video because the lighting I know is not that good yet. I have a couple of ideas on how to fix it, but it's going to take some time and money to implement that. So feedback on the video would be appreciated. Useful feedback on topics like the camera angles, the lighting, etc. Commentary like, it's a cheap fan, is not helpful. So what we're going to be installing, which probably is going to yield all sorts of stupid commentary, is this Hampton Bay 52-inch quick connect ceiling fan. And I'm sure we're going to have people saying, oh, you waited all this time to do a ceiling fan video and you're going to install that stupid Hampton Bay. Yep, that's right. I'm going to install a stupid Hampton Bay because I happen to like these. These are huge childhood fans for me. I used to see them everywhere. I remember when these were new in the store. These things are over 20 years old now. It's crazy. And no, it's not as good as, a cast iron or cast aluminum motor, something made in the 80s, etc. I know that. I agree with that. But for the era that these are made in, for the price point, and for the ease of installation, they were pretty solid fans. And they stood the test of time. So we'll get into where I saw these later on. Once I get it running, we'll show some pictures. Actually, probably just one picture that I have of that I found of somewhere that these are installed. So let's open this up and get it going. This should be a pretty quick install. Or is it supposed to be? It says $433, which is absurd. I don't believe that's anywhere near what these actually cost. So we have the canopy here. We'll start with that. So it has a kind of a decorative thing on the outside here, which probably turns, I guess, to come off. How this does work. Well, it's not going to be quick if I don't understand the way that it works. Well, this is embarrassing. I guess I'm going to have to resort to reading the instruction manual. You know what? I've actually never installed one of these. It's made by SMC. Hopefully the bearings are okay. Okay, here we go. Lifetime warranty. We're going to use standard mount in this case. So it says, I was right. It says turn the canopy to remove. Turn the canopy ring to the right. Is the ring. So the ring is kind of its own standalone piece. I don't know, it don't seem like it's turning to me. I don't know, is it just stuck from sitting for too long? It's supposed to turn to the right. Yeah, that would make sense. But it don't turn. It's getting looser. Why doesn't it turn? This is actually really annoying. Why this does not come off? Seems like it's free over there. It's free over here. So why does it not come off? Oh boy, I can't wait to see the stupid commentary about this. There it goes. I guess it was just stuck from sitting. Okay, so the ring is off. Now we need to put the down rod in. That should be simple. So let's go ahead and get these screws off the mount. I actually just saw these. There's a local thrift store that I went to for the first time a few months back. And what did I have in the store? A whole bunch of these. In great shape, running perfectly. 20-something years later. Okay, let's set those screws aside. And now this should just turn and come off like that. So that's going to go up on the ceiling. So the blades, the blade irons are already connected. So this has never been used, but it's been opened. I have, oh boy, that's not a good sign. There's a screw showing at the bottom of the box. Now hopefully, hopefully it's not missing a whole bunch of parts. Is this setting up to be a disaster or what? What do we got in here? That's the upper canopy. Where's the, you know what this is missing? This is missing the switch housing, I think. At least I don't see it. I would think that that should have been installed. Oh man. It's missing. Well, oh gosh. That bites. Oh, that really stinks. Well, don't worry, I got another one. Man. That really bites. Because now I can't really use it. No, he's definitely missing. Dang, that stinks. Wow. Alright, well that's kind of a rip-off. Well. Okay. Not off to a good start so far. Jeez, now I can't even do a dual install with these. That is so disappointing. Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to get through the video. We're going to get this installed because I have another one. I might have a third one somewhere. I think. Pretty sure I actually do. Sure would have been cool to do a triple install of these. Well, let me get this other one out, and we'll install the other one. This other one I think is older, because the box looks a little nicer. Yeah, the box is more, is it the same box? I guess, no, it is the same box. Yeah. This one is the one that might be a little bit older. The box looks a little more colorful to me. I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing. This one, I think, is sealed. So hopefully this one is all there. Okay. So for all the people that say, we need to buy all the duplicates and stuff for. Well, I guess this is one of the reasons. Half time there's something wrong. Okay. Take two. I'm quite certain I have a third one. Quite certain of it. So this one, the box is not in the greatest of condition. Hopefully that's not an indicator of the contents. Oh boy. It looks like it's been tampered with. But see, the housing is there. Now, I feel like I'm losing it. Is it in the box or not? I don't think so that it is. No, it's definitely not there. The other one's been tampered with. Ah, shoot. What a waste of money. Well, I guess not total waste. I got parts, but... oh well. Can't win them all, as they say. Oh, here we go again. Let's see if this one comes off any easier. You can't make some of this stuff up. It's like it's stuck to the... It's stuck. You know, just do the same thing I did with the other one. I just kind of went around and worked it loose. You know, I really don't have good luck with ceiling fan stuff. Either the bearings are gone, or the parts are missing, or some. It's too bad, because I really like ceiling fans. Okay. So let's do the same thing, but we're going to expect different results this time. Okay. I guess the first thing we should do is put the bracket onto the ceiling. Let's see. Maybe sticking you up here is the best view. It's kind of dark. I've got a drop light here. Let me see if we can. I might be a little bit overexposed. That's not too bad. So this can just kind of slip over the screws. You don't have to actually take the screws off. This will just kind of slip over the screws like this. Seriously? What is going on with this? Is this not undone enough? Okay. You know what? This is ridiculous. I am filming this video. I am putting this fan up, and that's it. I don't care what this thing wants to do. It's going up. Don't have no choice. It's going up. It's getting installed, and it's going to work. And all the parts are going to be there. Alright. Let's come back on the ground here. See if this auto rotate thing on this camera is working. I noticed that a couple times I was doing a video and it seemed like I had turned the camera sideways, but it was weird. These blades, I think I might grab the blades from the, I guess I'll just open them up. I kind of have this thing with keeping stuff in the packaging, but it's also stupid because you can't enjoy anything that's still in the package. You can only enjoy it once you take it out of the package. And we're going to get styrofoam everywhere. May 2006, so I don't know how long these were made for, but I think that this was one of the later ones. I wonder if this also was made by SMC. These were sold for a good number of years, I think. They started in the very early 2000s. .64 amps. This is SMC. Yep, this is an SMC. So I think the canopy has to go through there, and then it's gotta go. This goes like this. It's not gonna leave me much room to work with. And these very long lead wires, which I guess is a convenience factor for high ceiling mounts. It's all dirty. I don't know what that's about. It's kind of gross. I don't want to cut these wires because a triple install of these in the living room is not out of the question. Oh, I guess I have to find a fourth one though. Okay, this says tighten that screw with the screwdriver. Alright, we can do that. Styrofoam everywhere in this thing. Alright, so there should be a pin. I think that's it right there. Come with a balancing kit as well. I don't think those are very useful personally. Alright, here's the pin. Okay. Now we gotta tighten the screws with the screwdriver. Alright, now let's get it hanging up on the ceiling. I hope that stupid ring doesn't have to go on prior to all that. Guess we're about to find out. Can the stupid ring go on afterwards? Oh, I think it can. It's funny, the grounding wire is not any longer. Oh, that's because that's on the ball. Okay. I think this ring will fit on. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Stinking styrofoam all over the fan. Here in the way. That's not a good angle. I think the fan is installed. Let's check it. Yep, it's on there. Let's see. Now the camera is Verticam right now. And last time I did this, it kind of turned horizontal by itself. So hopefully it does that again. Let's go ahead and turn this until it locks in place. Okay, is it not going to do that? There it goes. Okay, it's locked into place now. There's our grounding wire. Let's move the light over here, perhaps. It looks good to me, in the person at least. Alright, so we've got multiple grounds that we can connect together. I think the bearings are any good on this. Probably should have checked that. They feel okay. So just for future reference, the grounding, the leads on my testing cord really should have been a lot longer. Now we have no light on this unit, so we'll just cap that off for now. I don't ever foresee using this with a light, but there's no reason to cancel out the provisions. And this is where it would be nice if these things were cut away, because it's going to make it unnecessarily difficult to install the fan. Okay, hopefully now things are going to start speeding up. So far this has taken a long time. There's a wire tie for some reason over the chain. That's kind of weird. What does this say? It says caution, remove rubber packing mounts and discard before installation. We're not going to discard them, but I will remove them if it's doable. Well, the bearings seem reasonable. This pull chain is just a cheesy plastic one. It's actually yellow, which is kind of funny. The older models, this is generally universally true of Hampton Bay, the older models would have had ceramic ones, and they felt so much nicer than these. Yeah, the bearings seem quiet. But let's get it installed before we say too much. So the Quick Connect blades really is pretty cool. It does save a considerable amount of time. It's bleached oak and just plain white. I'll go with the plain white for now because that's what I remember seeing them in all the time. I would occasionally see the bleached oak, but not often. Seems like it might be a little bit loose. These were not prone to drooping like the Huntington models were. I guess it was all the King of Fans made units had the drooping issue. Come on. What's the problem here? Yeah, sure, it's helpful to see what's going on. Well, I think we got really lucky with these blades because there is clear evidence of water damage, and only one of them is ruined. Fortunately, we've got spares. I wonder if I should swap the whole blade set because it might be out of balance. Well, let's see. If it shakes, I'll just change all the blades. Well, see, it all worked out. I needed a spare blade and now I have them. Okay. So there it is. So I think most of the recording will probably take place from here so that we can see the canopy and everything. I'll probably end up moving, because this is on wheels, so I can just roll this out when I film a ceiling fan and put the camera kind of like this so that we can see the whole thing. And as far as the clearance goes, it's low, you know, but I can still walk under it, so satisfactory. Alright, I'm going to plug it in now. So yeah, kind of a trashy fix up for now until I can finish the wiring aspect of this. So this might be unreliable, but I should get it through the video. Okay, it appears to be in the reverse. Let's put it into the forward and let it rip. It seems like the balance is not going to be a problem. It's not in perfect balance, but it's not anything crazy. And yeah, it's pretty powerful. Now, the airflow is not going to be perfect or normal in this situation because of the way the ceiling is and how close it is to the ceiling and the beams. But it's better than the old location in that respect, at least. Yeah, it's moving some pretty good air. So on high, the voltage right now is 117.4. We have 0.51 amps, 60 the watts, with a power factor of 0.99. So half an amp for a pretty good air movement. I can't complain with that at all. And not a lot of vibration either. I'll try swapping all the blades, but I mean the balance is so only slightly out, it's probably not even worth playing with. So these fans, I remember seeing these things everywhere back in the 2000s. Most notably, two I could think of most notably I saw was there was a restaurant, which I'll put a picture of it in right now. This restaurant, it looks totally different than it did years ago. It was originally called Gregory's. Now it's called Bella Rosa, I think, or something like that. But when we first started going there back in the 2000s, there used to be a patent high velocity fan with the blue blades in the window. I can't remember. Oh, the power draw. On medium is 0.36 amps, 31 watts with a power factor of 0.73. I can't remember if the patent fan was before these ceiling fans or if it was in conjunction with these ceiling fans, but there was 2 of these in that restaurant, which you can see in the picture. According to Google Images, where this picture is coming from, the photograph was taken 9 months ago. And it was definitely taken recently, because I've been to that restaurant within the last couple of years, and that's not what it looked like. So those fans have survived at least 2 renovations of that restaurant. And interestingly enough, they used to be white. So I guess they got painted, which is kind of interesting. They did come in, or I guess they could have been replaced. That's a possibility, because they did come in, I think so, that they came in bronze as well. I don't know. I think they were painted for whatever reason. That's just my speculation. But these fans was in that restaurant, and they were running all different speeds all the time, putting in hours every single day. And they ran year after year after year. And in that photograph taken 9 months ago this summer, they're still running. So it's kind of hard to argue with something that lasts. So that was one place I remember seeing them, which I guess is still there. Maybe I'll go and see the fan someday. The other place I remember seeing one of these often was in one of the offices in middle school. Had one of these. I just realized I forgot to put the canopy ring up. The office in middle school had one of these, and that thing was a joke. It was mangled beyond all recognition. I don't think one single blade was correct. I mean, one of the blades was bent up. It was almost vertical. The other ones were all crooked. Some of the pitch was backwards. The thing didn't move any air, and it must have gone no faster than like 20 RPM. But it was on every single day. Sometimes it would be on different speeds too, which was funny, as if it actually was doing something. But that thing ran like that for years and years and years, and it just kept going. And under that condition, of course, the motor is under a tremendous amount of load, and it just kept running. So it's another instance where it was still pretty good. Later on in that school, I don't know, I guess I don't think it was an addition or something. They bought more property. I don't know, whatever it was, but they had a couple other, a new building put in or something. And in that building, there was a real high ceiling. Actually, it kind of looked like my living room. And there was one of these up there in the bronze finish. And a couple offices had them in that building. And again, those ran for years and years and worked great. Where else did I see? I remember seeing these on vacation a lot. My family used to go to Newport, Rhode Island for vacation a lot. And there was a whole bunch of places that had these. And they were all running for years and years and years. Filthy and disgusting, and still running. These surfaced in a lot of commercial applications. And they lasted. And I think anything that lasts in a commercial environment really, really speaks volumes about the product. And then more recently, I saw some here, as I was mentioning before, in that antique store. I don't know if there's any pictures of that store on the computer. If I can find any, I'll throw them in the video here. If I couldn't find any, or actually regardless of whether I could find any, I will be going back to that store at some point. And so I will go ahead and take some pictures or maybe some videos of the fans when I go. So that's my story behind these. And yeah, so I think it was a good product. And a lot of them are probably still around because the design is pretty neutral. You know, it's not like super flashy and modern to the point where I don't like it. But it also doesn't look like something from several decades ago. On low, it's 0.19 amps, 10 to watts with a power factor of 0.45, which is abysmal. I don't know why it's going down so low. So the lighting, from what I can see on the preview screen, of course, is dark on this side because of the drop light. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 lights and just stick them here and maybe stick one over there. And that should... must have been some dust up there. That should give us decent illumination, I think. Yeah, most of the video really does need to be recorded from right here because you need to be able to see the canopy. At least I think you need to be able to see the canopy. From here, I mean, you can see it, but it doesn't look quite right. Yeah, you need to be able to see the canopy. The blade pitch is not bad on these things. Nothing crazy, but it's not bad. I would be interested. Okay, that was a complete fail. I would be interested to see how the internals of this thing compares to the Reddington, because the Reddington was a very high-end model that was offered at I think simultaneously as this, and it looked very similar in a lot of ways, and it was very powerful. So I wonder, I can't really tell how big the motor is. I don't see it passing through there, so I would imagine it's probably just a 153, but some of these fans can pack some pretty good performance out of a 153. I just turned that off. I should have turned that off earlier so we could hear what this sounds like. It's pretty quiet. I can hear a very slight motor hum when up close to it, but that's it. There's a hum on high, but for an SMC product, that is no surprise at all. It's actually pretty quiet in terms of airflow. The blades are kind of creaky on the rubber mounts. It's actually very quiet in terms of air noise. And it moves plenty of air. I remember the ones at the restaurant were very powerful. And the ones at the thrift store were also very powerful. Well, this is very cool to see this again, or see it for myself. Was there dust on here or something? Yeah, there was. So I had planned to do a dual install of these in here, which I now cannot do because the thing is missing. However, I'm pretty sure I do have another one somewhere, so I will look around for it and hopefully be able to do this dual install. If not, I will source another one because it is important to have 2 of these to replicate that install that I remember. As far as this testing location, it's not what I would have preferred, but it makes sense and it works. Because if it was over one more, then it would, because this is hanging crooked for some reason, it would be within an inch of the light, and then I could never test anything bigger than a 52. I would have preferred to mount it on the bottom of the beam, but then the clearance would be too low. This is perfectly acceptable. It's only a few inches above my head, but I can walk underneath it. I will never hit it. And if I take the chain and just put it there like that, I don't even think I'll hit the chain. So this works. It's not, my ideal dream setup, but it works. I would have also liked more airflow over here, you know, because having it this close to the stuff really restricts the airflow, but it is what it is. It's still getting a lot of air from over there though, so it did seem a little bit restricted, but not like super crazy. So it is what it is. We got to work with the space that we have. The ceiling's definitely lower than ideal, but mounting it like this does make it work. So this is how we're going to do it. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'll just roll this out of the way, and then the camera for the most of the time will kind of sit right here, because then you'll be able to see the whole fan. Alright, well that's it for this one. Gotta go find the other one somewhere, and then hopefully we'll have a dual install of these down here soon.